Hello and welcome to Junior Television. Today, we're taking a look at the Sears solid-state cassette recorder and player. Whoops. Anyway, here it is. This particular one is from 1979. I know that because it's been in the family since it was brand new. And as a matter of fact, it was my great-grandmother's. She wrote the date she actually bought it, which was Christmas of 79. That's how I know it's from 79. I'm just going to go through the basic features. I'm going to see if it works correctly. When I first got it, the belt was completely trashed, and so I had replaced it. That was about a couple years ago now, so hopefully it still works. I don't think I'm going to be disassembling it in this video, so if you want to see a disassembly video, leave a comment and maybe I'll make one. But for now, this one's just going to be a review video. So first I'll just go over the basic features. You have one single speaker. This is a monophonic player recorder, by the way. You have your tape counter, which I do not believe measures in feet, but I'm not completely sure. Your battery light, which is on so long as the machine is on, regardless of whether you're using battery or have it plugged in. Your record light indicates when you're recording. There is no VU meter or light to indicate that your recording levels. It is automatic completely, which is not really a good thing for music in my opinion, because especially with this thing, it does not sound good at all. Here's your record button. You can't use it unless you have a tape with the things still in them, the little tabs still in them. Sorry, that wasn't focused. Yeah, you just press down record play like most other cassette players, and that's how you begin recording. Rewind. This is rewind. They call it review. Q is just fast forward. There's no automatic track finder in here. It's just fast forward. Stop is an eject. It's exactly what it sounds like. Press it once when there's a cassette playing for stop. Press it again for eject. Pause. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's pause. Why can't you just use stop? I'm not sure. Because pause actually wastes battery because it leaves the motor running. Alright, let me flip it over to the back side now. The back is extremely plain and simple. You can see the model number in the corner here. It's a 79 period 21676-700. Use 120 volts, 600 hertz, or 6 volts with 4 C cells. For service, contact Sears and made in Japan. Caution warning in case you want to read that. UL listing. Here, of course, is the battery door. Very easy, very simple. I'm sure you're all familiar. You pull this tab up and you see the battery zone where the batteries live. Like I said, it takes 4 C cells. You might think that at some point somebody left batteries in here, but actually no. This has been very, very well maintained since it was new. It was only ever serviced at Sears from what I know, and it was only serviced once. Everything, when I first got this, everything was with it except the box. It still had the little tag hanging off, which I do still have. All I did was untie it. I unfortunately could not find it in time for this video. I do, however, obviously have the manual still. Even the sticker that came from factory is still here to make sure that you know this isn't real wood. It's wood grain finish. Other things that it came with was the power cable. That's everything that I know exists for this. It's possible that there may have been a microphone. That I did not receive with it if it did come with a microphone. Let me show you under here. you have your mic input, your remote control input, your auxiliary input, earphone output, DC 6-volt input, tone control and volume control, and the last thing on the outside that I can cover is your mic input. Well, I mean your microphone. It has a built-in microphone. However, of course, when you plug in a mic or an aux, that disables the built-in microphone. And very, very last thing I kind of forgot about. You might not be able to see it, but there's the AC power port, which our AC power cord conveniently plugs into. I can't do it right now, I'm doing this one-handed. So, yes. I'm going to be testing it with this Radio Shack concert tape. I know that these are not exactly high quality, they're just, type 1 tape. But it's just a test. I'm not completely sure if this has anything on it, so we're going to see if this does have something on it, we'll see how it plays it back, and of course we'll record something of our own. So let me get this set up. Before I get into it, I wanted to show you the manual real quick. Now, for those who are interested for a PDF of this manual, there is a full manual available on my website. I have a link in the description. But in the meantime, here's just a brief overview. Of course, it shows you all the ports, like I had shown you earlier. Once again, there's that different warning for prevent shock hazards, so don't expose this to rain. A bit more details. Recording with an external microphone. Recording from an external sound source. It is extremely simple, this manual. There is not a lot to it. So honestly, there's not a lot I can cover. But I thought I'd show it to you. And once again, if you are interested in seeing a PDF of this manual, it is available in the description. And as you can see, this was printed in January of '78, so I guess it was slightly older than I thought. Alrighty, let's pop a cassette in here and see what happens. Like I said, I have no idea what's on this cassette, so this could be a totally useless test. Alrighty, there's no other complicated setup, you just press play. As you can see, the battery light turns on. I have no idea why it looks purple on this screen, but it is very clearly in person a dark red. Let me move that out of the way. Volume control. By the way, you move the volume control to the right to increase volume and to the left to decrease. That also goes for tone. To bassen it up, it is to the left, and to treble, it's to the right, I believe. Alright, let's see why there's no sound coming. Oh my. The cassette is not moving. That is a shame. So let's try without any load on it, see if it'll spin. No movement whatsoever. Okay, for those who wanted a disassembly video, you might just be in luck, because I may in fact disassemble it. Okay. Now to disassemble the Sears solid-state cassette player, it's very simple. You have 4 Phillips head screws. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver that has a decently long and thin rod here. Otherwise, it won't quite fit in the hole. Like, for example, usually I might try and use one of those screwdrivers which has the bits that you insert into a hex shape, which is on the end, but those would not fit. Since it's kind of boring removing screws, I'll just get back to you when I've got it disassembled. By the way, the 4th screw is hidden under the battery tray door. It is right there. Alrighty, now that we have all of the screws removed, it is a reasonably simple process. You simply lift up the back cover and fold it away. As you can see, the HQ belt I put in, high quality, has melted into kind of become all so get that out of there. Yes. Now, how to make it a little easier is you can actually pull this little power cable here out of the casing. This is the AC power that comes in, and you can simply pull it a little bit and it slides out of that little rails there. And of course, the only other thing holding it on is the battery leads, which if you really just can't stand having this top case tethered to the bottom, you can just desolder them, but in this case I don't mind. So here we are. Here's the internals. I'm not going to take off the motherboard because it's not really a motherboard, but I'm not going to take off the circuitry board because it's a little bit of a pain in the pain zone. It's been a little while since I've been in here, if I'm honest, so I'm not completely familiar. Here's your one speaker. It is just one speaker. Here's your transformer for the AC power. That goes right onto your circuit board, and then it does the thing. Here's another little belt. I believe that's for the tape counter. Yes, it is. That is the tape counter belt, which, if that fails, good luck replacing that. I'm almost not sure that that's the flywheel for the play. This is the motor, obviously. You can see that it is the motor. Being all motory. It does work, and you might have actually heard it while it's trying to play it earlier. The motor was spinning. Let's have a look under here real quick. I believe I was in fact right in saying that plastic flywheel was not the flywheel for the belt to ride on, period, because you can see this big metal flywheel, and that is what the belt mounts to. That plastic one is probably just used for tensioning. And due to lack of belts, I don't believe I'm going to be able to replace it in this video. If you're really interested, stay tuned or leave a comment in the comment box, and maybe I'll get back to this one day and put a belt in it and then demonstrate it then. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching. I know that this was not a terribly exciting video, especially considering I never got to do an audio demonstration on this machine. Unfortunately, I was unable to get a belt in time for this video, but I still appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. If you liked this video for some reason, please leave a thumbs up. If you disliked this video, please leave it a dislike, and if you would, leave some feedback in the comments for how I can make my videos better. And if you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. Thank you again, and have a great day. Goodbye.